So, hello again. I'm still stuck. Not stuck. I'm back on my Skyblock server. And I don't really have a great outlet for just talking about the channel. So I think I'm going to put this in check-ins. But, welcome back. Looking back on the year, I started this channel in summer. Because I was watching this Google software engineer who dropped out and changed everything, started doing content. And his name was Jim Tang. And I had recently got an ambassadorship to promote an AI product, and I was like, okay, I need to start making content. I need to get used to talking on screen. I feel like I'm decent at public speaking. I do fine with presentations, but that's when I know what the audience is. I just need content for me. I'd recently gone through a breakup. That was May of last year, and I lost my person who I talked to everything about. I talked to my family about a lot of things. I have a pretty good relationship with my family, but sometimes you just talk about literally anything, some stupid shit, and I just every time I talk to my family, I feel like there's advice that I'm looking for, or maybe that they're gonna see it in a way in which it's not. They don't just want to hear me; they want to help me because they're my parents, and I didn't realize until I got into a relationship with someone who valued communication in that way that sometimes you just want to talk to someone, and it's nice to just be heard, right? To be present. And I don't necessarily need to be understood all the time, right? Not everything has to make sense. I don't always want you to validate me. I realize that if you always validate someone, you don't have any pushback. It's like you might end up with someone that you don't even like because you never told them no. There's a lot of really good studies about what happens when you don't tell a kid no. But yeah, so I made this channel mostly for me I was looking kind of to fill that void, to work on my public speaking, and I just happened to be doing that Jim Tang 30-day challenge. Then after those check-ins are over, after I was just making content for the sake of making content, no purpose, no hook, I wasn't really trying to get better at it. I was kind of just making content. I, you know, I ended up here, and well, here we are, and I think lifetime views, it was 300, 360. I had 10.5 hours of watch time, which it sounds like a lot, but I don't think any of it's more than a minute. And what is it? Uh, it's way less time than the amount of time that I put into making these videos and uploading them, because my videos are average maybe 15 minutes long, and I made 90 of them. And I thought that it would be a lot less. I didn't think that this I was gonna commit to this channel. I didn't think I was gonna continue to make videos even after the challenge, but I didn't really ride the positive momentum at all. It was more kind of I just had this space where I felt like I could be myself. So I was to hide behind an alias. I didn't have to be anyone to someone. That's the reason I feel lonely, is because I put myself in these obligations where with people where there's something which I need to do and it helps me. I don't I don't want to say I'm autistic. I don't want to say oh you want the Dami mommy because she's really straightforward, but it helps me. It really does to just know what people expect of me, to have clear relationships that have precedence and that don't require this arbitrary understanding. I like deterministic things. I'm in a technical major. And yeah, so here we are. And I put in way more than 10 hours, so that means that there's no one out there that's watched every single one of my videos, because the videos themselves are longer than 10 hours if you add all of them up, for sure. 10 hours is what, 600 minutes? Yeah, that my videos definitely average more than 6 minutes per video if there's about 100 of them. And there's something kind of peaceful about that, where this has kind of just been my personal diary, my little journal, and I just happen to be putting it out on the internet for anybody to see, and I don't mind. I have really enjoyed having this as an outlet. I don't plan to stop anytime soon. The big thing that I want to do going into next year is make this a little bit more consistent. Maybe actually once a week, taking after Schlatt. I'm following his footsteps of just not being particularly good at any game and then making videos and talking. But I feel like other people, they have structure, or there's something that they want to talk about and they think about it a little bit, and maybe they write a little script, they do their research. I really love Olivia Sun, or there's this other Instagramer, I think his name is Moselle, Adam Moselle or something, but there's really good people out there that make really good scripted content, but that's not or that not even that, but like they're really good at driving a point or making a narrative or being authentic. But that's not what this channel was about, because that was for my gaming channel. that was that's for like my presentational work. That's for when I'm writing scholarships, when I'm writing papers. Like there's spaces that I have to be supposedly authentic, but in a curated way, and that's not this. I wanted this to be authentic or genuine by it being like unpolished, by me kind of just sit here and I just start talking. And well, like one of my friends, I think I showed him one of the videos and he started watching some of the content and he was like, I don't like how you side tangent so much. I don't like how your thought seem unstructured, or like you title the video a certain thing and then doesn't get to the point. And I get that because I make videos with a very clear pretense of, oh, it should be this. Like I'm here and I'm going to talk about this and I want to maybe give advice, I want to give insight, I want to give my thoughts on something, and that's the whole point. And then I just don't. But I upload it anyway because that's what the original check-ins are based on. That's what this channel was founded on, and the whole point was to make things low effort, for me to be genuine, for me to get actually better at public speaking, because like you don't gotta think about that when you actually talk to somebody. And I guess the other part, which is kind of bothersome, like, oh, I'm always talking about myself, but you live all your life through your own experiences. I don't think it's so crazy to only talk about you. So yeah, I outside of the consistency, I think I'm looking for more consistency in my own life. Like the sleep schedule has been bad. I think my work integrity kind of sucks. Like when I do work, I think the first thing you do is like you do all the research, like ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, DeepSeek, like just something to just I don't have. I'm still reading a bunch of stuff, but I don't have to index it myself. I don't have to look for a certain part. I don't have to look through a table of contents. I do Control F for like everything. Like it just gets lazier and lazier. And I like say like, oh, it's efficient. It might be more efficient, but I don't feel like I'm taking away a critical skill for me to be able to like sit through and read a PDF, but I'm definitely developing a reliance on these tools, and I'm hoping not to be more genuine in that area, but to have work that's more uniquely mine, or at least like be able to sit down and read a book. My attention span, it's so bad, for sure. And then genuine connections. I'm hoping to let myself live and love a little bit more, to take risks, to not judge people's characters so harshly. I think it's really normal to get into relationships and then when they don't work out, you're like, okay, I don't want to try that again. I don't want to do that again. But I feel like I've been intentionally forgetting that there was good parts about these people that made me fall in love with them in the first place too. And I don't want to see things as like all bad. I don't think things are inherently terrible and that I should just avoid that kind of person happening again altogether. So like I'm hoping to find love somewhere down the road. I'm hoping to find feelings down there, and I've been struggling a lot with what that really means, because I'm sure I'll make a video and talk about it, but I know what unconditional love feels like. That's with my family, but I've not been able to experience that romantically, and maybe I never will. And another thing, the fitness, the shape. I like being an athlete. I've been playing a lot of soccer recently over the break. That's been fun, and I hope to keep that up. Maybe not join a soccer team. Maybe like a little club, a little club thing. Like maybe play Sunday ball, Sunday league or something. But hope to just be consistently active, have that team environment, work with people. I'm always working out by myself. I'm always eating by myself. I don't want to say it's lonely, but coming from a house where like I'm always eating with family and I always have people around, like it's just hard for that transition. Figure out housing. I could have a big decision to make about whether I want to continue to live with my current roommates. Like they're okay, like they're good dudes, but our house is filthy. The house is just never clean. And yeah, so I think that's all the big stuff that I have planned in terms of this channel. I honestly doubt that I'm gonna make weekly content, like bro. But I definitely have been positively influenced by just putting my thoughts out there and enjoying doing this channel. I don't really think I'm going to change anything up like majorly. I'm not going to be like, oh, I really want to optimize for algorithm or try to get certain people here. It's like authenticity attracts the right people. It's like banger quote. I hoping to be the kind of person and someone's looking for this content. I am heavily inspired from like the weekly slap or podcasts. I like to listen to a lot of podcasts. It was like Chuckle Sandwich. Now I listen to The Yard a lot now. Like I like comfort content where you kind of just listen to it. You don't really listen too close, and it's enjoyable. And that's the hope for content like this. It's like you don't listen too closely. I'm not an Olivia Sun. I'm not a Jim Tang. I'm not here to change your life and really inspire your opinions to be super different. Like I don't feel like I give like quality advice that I'd want somebody to like follow for the rest of their life. But I do firmly believe that at least this is good background noise. I hope that my content is calming. It's not super energetic. It's not made to be hyper engaging and hyper consumable. I'm not your processed sugars, your saturated fats. I'm just here in the background and you do other things, and it's just nice to have noise. And hopefully it's more nourishing to just hear someone's voice than a lot of other stimulation. I know I always put the gaming on in the background. I have said I definitely have like deliberately gamed like right now just to make these videos, but it's also been helpful for me to reconnect with the gaming that I feel like I've lost. I like really have been missing out on gaming, honestly. And like I mostly miss the connection that I had with people like back when I was like a big gamer, and I like my friend circle is a lot smaller now. I'm a healthier person for it. You know, there's things that you have to do in your life, but yeah, I do feel that I've been missing just the relaxation of escaping to another world or grinding for levels and becoming stronger, like all that stuff, the scaling. Now I just read manhwa or like read books for my little fantasy world or listen to like people play D&D and stuff. So yeah, I think that's where I stand with the channel. It's always wanted it to just be like something super casual, something super low bars. I've been making content for a while. Like I didn't realize this, but like since 8th grade, I've been like making like, gaming YouTube videos, but none of it really got any traction. And I think like the kind of sucky, sad part is that I wanted it to. Is like I really wanted to make a successful gaming channel, and that made it super hard for me to be consistent because like I wanted to get better at editing. I wanted to make better videos. I wanted to get better clips with friends, and it changed the way that I play and engage with people. And I'm like, that's just not ideal. Like that was never the point in the gaming. It wasn't a job. It wasn't a responsibility. It wasn't for some meritorious gain. Like it was just for me to sit here and enjoy playing the video game and hanging out with friends. And it's like a scrapbook is how I want it to be. Like I remember these moments. But now when I open up the video editor, I see the timeline, and I'm like, okay, now I need to scrape these clips, and then I need to choose these moments that I enjoyed, and then I need to turn it kind of into a narrative of we played together. And I need to match like the style of content to the stuff that I did before, like something that I would enjoy and sit down and enjoy watching, and something that maybe my friends would too. And it's this pressure that you put on yourself that makes it harder to do. And for this, I gave it to none of my friends, and my family knows that I made this. Well, I gave it to 2 of my friends, but they don't watch. And the point of this isn't to like quell their homesickness. It's for me to be able to just enjoy, for me. And I think as long as I approach it from like that personal fulfillment standpoint, right? Like you meet someone, you're not trying to force them to be a certain person. Like you're just enjoying things for the sake of you and living your life, and you like how things are going. It's like I think that you can't mess it up. I don't. Like, I think there is no wrong there, and yeah, that's why I want the channel to continue to be. I want it to be casual. I want it to be enjoyable. I don't want there to be this pressure. You just sit there, you enjoy the content. Like, nothing else to it. And for me, I want to just be able to like sit down, chill, make the content, and yeah, I don't I honestly like, I don't think I have anything else to say. So that's at least where I stand for trying to make content. I think there's definitely like better people out there for like, opinions, and they make like really inspiring, like interesting content, and that's not me. But it's not a bad thing either. Like it's definitely authentic. It's genuine. Like this is my life. I hope to like be able to look back at this and be like, wow, I grew up, and I was like, as I was growing up, like I made this. You know, this is my story. And I look back on it, and no one has to remember like what my laugh sounded like, what my voice sounded like. No, like this was me, you know. So yeah, come on, come on. Maybe I can fish it over. Strange. But yeah. So I'm still in desperate need of string, but that's all I have to say about the future of this channel. It's currently what 6:30 in the morning, and I'm just deciding to rant a little bit. The funny thing is, I actually wanted to make these videos before the new year ended, and I didn't clearly, but I still think it's a good point for me to reflect on the year. And I don't want to like, really call these resolutions because I'm not like, oh, this is like life-changing stuff for me. It's not going to be the end of the world if I don't get them. But it's nice to have these general goals. It helps to hold me accountable a little bit so I look back at this like, oh, I failed my goals again. And you get that little bit of shame that keeps you motivated. It puts that stress, the pressure on. Like, I don't think the pressure is necessarily a bad thing. And yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Oh, I'm short string. I need 12. Almost. So, it's like, it's not the end of the world if I don't reach my goals. I definitely want an internship, but you know, I just can't control that entirely. So it's like, it's just here to hope, I guess. So, yeah, I hope that someone out there discovers this content and they get that enjoyment from like listening to someone grow up like I did when I was growing up. I definitely benefited from like content like this where people are just going through the phases, like going through college. I'm still going through college, coming out of high school. Like those were the times where like it was just really nice to hear like someone going through it all. Like that was Jay Schlatt for me, and he's like clearly moving on. I think he's like phasing out his content, and he's like finding fulfillment and never being able to commit to anything. And he's like fears that, and I don't. That's not me. I've been firmly enjoying what I've been doing, and I hope that's inspiring. I hope that something in this like just a hodgepodge of stuff that I do, it's like it's somewhat like that's like oh that's like kind of interesting, or uh, maybe not really found your enlightenment, but it gives people something to think about. I think like the hard part is when you're sitting there and you're conversating with someone, and you're like you want a conversation and you just have nothing to say, and you're looking for somebody else to start the conversation for you, to have an idea for you. Like people, few other people, I like entertainment, and that's kind of dangerous. It's a little concerning, but if you aren't able to have ideas of your art, if you're just a slop to the content that you consume, it's like what are you doing? you know, it's like you need to be more than ju- just the influences around you. You need to be your own individual and be able to predict. So, we. So yeah, it's my hot take. Okay, I think that's about it. I think I'm just rambling at this point, but yeah. Happy New Year for anybody listening. It's the big 2-6. Those are the plans that I have for myself and this channel, and I hope that someone out there enjoys. Maybe. It wasn't the whole point to get out, whatever. Okay, bye.